You're listening to the Comic Crusaders Podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more. What up, everybody? It's your boy, Al Mega. Welcome, one and all, to a brand new Comic Crusaders Podcast. And today, man, we have a fun creator to talk to. Oh, man. Homie is a music producer, but he's also a comic book writer. He is doing his thing with this amazing project that's out right now called Shadow's Daughter on Kickstarter that I need you to support the crap out of. I mean, homie is a heavyweight right here. He's about to take everybody by storm, bro. And you know what? He's gonna sing. He could probably sing and play this into everybody's ear. Like, why you need to be digging Shadow's Daughter, the one and only Mr. Morgan Quaid.
Hey,
how you doing,
hang on, dude? How are you, man?
I'm doing fantastic, bro. I am fired up, bro. After reading your book and having you, I'm happy to have you on, bro, because I love the book, man. It's so much fun. It's manga, it's anime, it's kick-ass, you know. Kick-ass female lead with an amazing story that we meet a whole bunch of characters, bro. I can't wait to dig in to the project, bro, because it's murder. I can't wait for people to check it out.
Great, man. Yeah, it's great fun.
Yo, so let's talk about you, brother. Where you from originally? Where you grew up at?
Yeah. So I'm from Australia. That's the wonderful accent that you can hear. I was born in Melbourne, which is in the south part of Australia, and then sort of moved all around. And now I'm in Brisbane, which is sort of middle, East Coast.
So, man. It's early for you, ain't it?
It's 7, just about 7:30. I've got a 11-year-old that wakes me up at 4 in the morning. So I've been up for hours. It's fine.
Because a shout out to my Australian brother Dodgy 86 in the mix. We do a show every Saturday, so it's at 8 p.m. for me, and he's up, and we do the Yeah Now Wepa show. While I'm drinking a beer, he's drinking coffee, trying to wake up.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, this is good. I'm awake, so this is a good time to talk. That's for sure.
And with my loud ass, don't you worry, brother. You're gonna be all right. So, growing up over there, man. So talk about the culture and you growing up, man. How was that fandom? Who introduced you? Was it mommy? Was it papi? Was it titi? Was it your friends? Was it yourself? What?
It was.
Was it even around?
It was around, but I never knew about it. So there's a big comic community in Australia. I never knew anything about it, and for years and years and years, there's a lot of comic creators that have been creating stuff. But when I was young, I never really got into comics. I couldn't do Marvel or DC or any of that sort of stuff because I think my brain couldn't deal with the images and the words at the same time. It was either too many words. Or I just
back then, yes. Then you would have been a fan of the 90s books, at least, because that was less words, more art, as opposed to the 70s and 80s, which is like, oh my God, that was a half-hour read, which I loved. Now, I miss those days. Right now, it's a quick 10-minute read, and I'm like, damn, bro, I just spent $5.
Yeah.
Back then, you spent 60 cents, and you're reading for a half hour at least.
You feel like you got ripped off if you get through it too quick. Yeah, well, back then, like you say, it was back in the 80s, and I could never really get into comics. And in the 90s, man, I was a teenager, so it was just hormones and girls.
I feel you, brother. I still did my comic thing. I put that on, did that on the DL. Kept that because it wasn't cool to be a comic book fan back then. You know what I mean? What is this kid shit, yo? Like, what are you guys talking about? I was lucky enough though to grow up around people that enjoyed the culture too. So shout out to 13 and my boy Copy, Ed Copy. So I had people in my life that enjoyed that too, which was fun. So did you find people easily or no?
No, well, not until recently. So it was about 10 years ago.
You said recently? Oh shit, bro. Wait. Let me ask here, brother. You see me. I'm an old man. How old are you, brother?
Mid-40s. I can't remember. I think.
Yeah, sometimes I gotta think, yo, bro. That's the problem because I found myself up with that. And Obi-Wan, what up, brother? What up, Obi? Yo, but yeah, man, I get it. But
yeah.
So
It
you
was
telling me 10 years ago? So you're in your 30s when you found community? Damn.
Yeah. I just didn't really get into comics, and so I was writing novels and those sorts of things, trying to get them published, and not having much luck at all. And then I just walked into a comic book shop in Brisbane, in the city. Shout out to Comics, etc. Great place. So anyway, I went in there and I think it was Chew. The series. I'm going to murder his name. Rob Gilroy. Does the artwork.
Oh, I think you got it. It is. I can't pronounce it either. I would have asked you.
I can't get it. But I think that was the first one I picked up. So there's a whole bunch of Image comic stuff there. I had no idea. I picked this stuff up, started reading, and thought, "Oh my god, like that! These are amazing stories, and they're not just about superheroes and capes and all this sort of stuff." It's like, so I was just smitten straight away. I spent all my money and just bought everything that I could, and then started reading. And then about 3 months after that, I thought, well, I've got to make comics. This is amazing. I had no idea that you could do this.
Look at you.
And that's where it started. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. So I got to ask you, before we get into the comic stuff, you have a massive collection of guitars here. And then you also listed as a music producer. Talk to me about that journey a little bit. I mean, what's your top bands? What type of music did you have in Oz that you were listening to that influenced you to, follow that narrative as well?
Yeah, well, I mean, I started playing when I was a little kid, playing guitar. Didn't really learn much, when you're forced to learn the lesson, and you don't really, Then I was a teenager.
I know when they want to teach you, it's a no. You are, when they make it fun, like you have an uncle come over, yo, pick up the guitar, let's have some fun. That's different. That's what my brother does with my daughter, and she enjoys that. But if I was to put her on a class, she'd probably be like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah, it's too boring. But when I was a teenager, then I started work. A few mates, we got into a band, and I started playing guitar and bass and drums and keys and all that sort of stuff. So that was really when I picked it up. And then again, about 10 years ago, a lot happened then. I don't know what was going on in my life 10 years ago, but there was definitely something going on. Other than my son being born. So let's just put that out there. So that's very important. But yeah, so then I discovered
first kid. That's your first kiddo.
First and only, yeah. So if he gets it wrong, we're done. We're one and done. So it's all on him. It's all on him.
Man, I hear you, brother. That's me and my wife, but we have a daughter, so I'm a one and done too, brother.
Yeah. It's the rule is you got two hands. At least I can grab him and do something else. If I got two kids, I'm done. Like what do I do? Right, if you got three,
unless you got big toes and you could kind of grab them.
Yeah, man. So so I've always been involved in music, but then, about 10 years ago, I started doing music for film and TV just in the background, and, a few things here and there, and then working with indie artists, doing a little bit of production, all that sort of stuff. Any style, really, rock, funk, Then I started getting into hip hop a lot more, producing a couple of indie hip hop albums and those sorts of things.
What type of influences did you have when you started working on that, though? What type of influences you had? I'm curious, man. Again, because you're in Australia. I mean, what type of hip hop influences came your way? And I mean, and was it way later than us in the States? I mean, I'm curious.
Well, so this is the interesting thing. I grew up in a very, very ultra religious family, Pentecostal kind of tradition.
One of my boys. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, my boy would be like, "Ow, I got the car. You have a mixtape?" I'm like, we were growing up as kids. Like, yeah, I got a new mixtape, brother. He goes, "All right, bet. When my family goes to church, I'm gonna scoop you so we could drive around Bushwick." And he goes, "Yo, just give me $5 for gas." Because back then it was cheap. And then you just pop the tape and I'll drive you anywhere you fucking want all night, bro. So we gonna hang out. I said, all right, bet.
Yeah. No, well, I wasn't allowed to listen to anything. So it wasn't until I
So you couldn't even escape out the house though, like my boy was doing? Like, fake that they're sick and have a belly ache, and all of a sudden they have your friends over, yo, bring the new stuff.
Well, none of my friends were into hip hop back then. It was all, Chili Peppers and that sort of rock funk sort of stuff.
So you telling me that you were even alone in music?
Oh yeah. Wow, it was a black hole for a long time. So if you go back to the 80s and 90s and talk to me about bands and that sort of stuff, I got no idea. It's just a black hole. I mean, now obviously I've gone back and a lot of particularly a lot of boom bap stuff from early on, but Yeah, so it was really weird. I did a lot of Latin music in terms of Latin guitar and all that sort of stuff. Man, we're getting really into the boring stuff now. I apologize in advance.
No,
But
no,
yeah,
bro.
I'm
That's
right
good stuff,
into
brother.
the Latin stuff, so I did quite a lot of that.
Oh, well.
But then yeah, when you start writing for film and TV and working with other producers and stuff, you end up just doing everything. So I mean, everything from hip hop to country to rock to thrash to just you end up just doing
So
everything.
how easy is it to navigate that then creatively?
It's tricky when you're doing work for a client and they want. So I've got a few things that are harder for me to do than other stuff. One of them is country music. I mean, God bless them. It's great. There's some great country stuff out there. I just don't enjoy making country music. It just doesn't sing to me that much. But so when you get a client coming in saying, "Hey man, can you do this country track?" And then yeah, of course I can. But it's not. It doesn't really light a fire or anything like that. It's just whereas other genres like hip hop or funk or jazz or any of that sort of stuff, I tend to like a little bit more. But you got to do what you got to do.
Who's your crew? Do you have a favorite crew? And hip hop or artist?
I just don't want to get anyone. So I don't want to say Wu-Tang and then get everyone else upset.
Yeah, I'm a Wu-Tang fan myself, though. I mean, inspiration much, right?
yeah. So yeah, I do like a bit of the Wu-Tang. Yeah, and look, I'm not. Again, I'm super old, so I'm not.
I got the album on tape. Don't you worry. I got the Wu-Tang album on tape. And I know DJ Tiger, shout out to Full Blast Radio, says the new stuff is mumble rap. Like, can you please open your mouths and enunciate? He makes me laugh when he says that.
Yeah, it just makes me feel old, man. It makes me feel anything that's just got a beat and an 808 and then just mumbling. I don't get it. I don't get what the yeah. It's not my thing. But that's fine. That's for the kids. The kids can they can do it. That's fine. That's not for me.
Well, if you could understand it, great, right?
Yeah, that's it. It just makes me feel old.
So talk about that navigation though, because here you are, you're doing music, then you're talking about working on other things, and you're doing comics. I mean, how easy is that type of transition, at all? Is it an easy transition? Did you find yourself having to relearn things or learn new things?
It's hard, good, fun work sometimes. So particularly in the music, when I first started doing a lot of things that I wasn't used to, the first ad that I had to do, where I put together an ad for a hotel chain, and it's a 2-minute track, but it's got like 4 different parts in it. I had no idea what I was doing. I took 2 days off work to try and figure out how to do this thing. I was sweating blood. It was just terrible. But it was a great experience. And then the next time I had to do one, it was a lot easier because you'd already done it. And it's a similar sort of thing when I started getting into comics. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't do the smart thing. The smart thing is find local people, talk to them, get all the info you can, and then start doing stuff. No, man, I just started and made all the mistakes that you're not supposed to make, and that's how I learned. But yeah, it's all kind of related though, because the music is what pays for the artwork. So the only reason I can really do comics or started anyway was because the music was bringing in enough money to fund the comic projects. And they're all kind of, it's all kind of interlinked. It's all creative stuff.
Love it. And so what are the inspirations behind those early comic books you started creating, man? I mean, when did you decide to take that step into being, okay, let me get into comics now?
Yeah, well, I'd already written at that time probably about three novels.
Novels.
And I had
you were writing prose already. Some prose.
Yeah. I was writing prose, trying to find a literary agent, and just getting rejection letters. All that sort of.
For how long did that journey, go?
7 years on and off. So I mean, even now, I'm just finishing off my 10th novel. But if you look on
my 10th salute novel, to you, my brother. Wow, 10
thanks,
novels
man.
in. God bless, bro. Awesome.
But if you look online, you can only see one because only one has been published yet. There's another one coming out next month, and there's so they're all, because they have to get edited multiple times, and then they go through the publishers and all that sort of stuff. It takes a long time. But back then, I didn't even have them published because there was I couldn't find an agent and all that. It's a really depressing.
Okay, so wait. Do you think that's because of where you're based at, though? Do you think it's much harder because you're in Australia, or do you think the internet has been a positive impact, in trying to get the message out? Would it have been any harder without it? You know what I mean? Talk about that.
I think so. I think I think the internet has been much more positive, certainly for comic creation, but also for writing novels and connecting with fans and all that sort of stuff. It's a lot easier now than what it was. But having said that, there are millions of people trying to, fish the same pool. So it is harder in that sense. But no, if you look, if you talk to any or most novelists, it's the same story. It is just incredibly hard to break through because a literary agent, they've probably already got someone that writes the same sort of stuff that you write. So they don't want to compete with themselves and bring you on board as well, or they're just not interested at the moment.
But actually, I'm that asshole, Morgan. I love to compete against myself. Just I like to see stats, to see how things perform, to see, okay, so that means if this works here, I should apply this here to make it work there. You understand?
Yeah.
So I love competing against yourself is probably one of the best things you could ever do, to be honest. Because you can really compare.
No one's ever going to be able to criticize my work more than I've already criticized it. I know everything that is wrong with everything I've ever created. And
but that's the creator. You guys already are so emo. Oh my God, this is the worst thing I'm doing. I'm still gonna put it out. Like, could you stop it, guys? You guys are doing awesome stuff, man. Like, be confident, man. Don't but I know you guys are your own worst critics, because I hear this from every single creative ever spoken to. Makes me laugh, and and even you laugh because it's so true. And you guys need to stop that. Just be confident, man. You guys have a fan base. You got people believing in your work. I mean, I know, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, you gotta have that little bit of confidence. Say, you know what, that little bit of swag you're showing. Like, okay, maybe I got something. It's okay, man, to feel good about what you're doing, to feel confident. I hate when people try to, even try to, downplay that. Oh, you shouldn't be. That's arrogance. No, it's not. You could feel prideful about what you're doing. Why not? I mean, if you're making an impact, or people just loving it, hey, be happy about it. It's okay. Whoever says that you can't be happy about your own shit, middle finger salute to you. For real, yo. For real. So let's talk about this baby, though. I want to bring up, I've been dying to show these pictures. You got this amazing project up right now on Kickstarter. Now, well, I don't understand this. It blows my mind. You put a goal of $712. I'm like, damn, that sounds so low. And yet you're already at over 3 racks with 35 days to go. Amazing, bro. Look at the love you're already getting. Talk to me, though, that logic, though. Why put such a low goal? Did you already have this in print or something at a good price? What's going on here? Talk about it, man, because damn.
Okay, so the logic is I've already paid for all of the artwork. It's all done. They're ready. All 6 books are ready to go.
Everything is ready. Oh, wow.
It's all ready. So one of the things with there's a bit of psychology behind it, I suppose. But what I want people that are backing the campaign to understand is, it's definitely going to get funded. So even if only 3 people buy the thing, they're all going to get the thing. So I want them to have confidence that it's going through, but also that it's all done. I've already invested the time, the money, all that stuff's in there.
Thank you. So, thank you for being so forward thinking, Morgan. Thank you. And you know what? I didn't tell you this before, but I grew up on Morgan Avenue in Brooklyn.
There you go.
There you go, bro. Is that your neighborhood?
Yeah. Down in Melbourne, there's Morgan Brooklyn Street. No, there's not.
No, there's no Almega Avenue. Come on, bro.
There might be.
But bro, talk about it, bro. Talk about it. I mean, look at these covers. Talk about this character. Talk about the inspiration, especially the look, because outside of the stream, we were talking about how this is your. I said, damn. I love how you took this. manga approach to it, and you were like, this is actually my first time doing that. So talk about that.
I'd never done, so I've got a bunch of comics, but never done manga before. And I had this novel of Shadow's Daughter, and I love the story, I love the characters, and I thought there's a lot of fun and action and all of that sort of stuff going on. I thought that would work really well with manga. So I thought, well, I'll just do it. I'll just contact some artists, see what I can get going. And then I found a really good artist for the initial run, started working on it, and it just seemed to work, and people seemed to connect really well with the characters and all that sort of stuff and that style.
Yeah, man.
And then, so as part of this campaign, last year, I started doing the black and white spin-off versions, which I hadn't done before. They're standalone versions, which are kind of earlier episodes from the main character's life. So that was really cool. So this one has sort of
you're really digging into that whole manga kind of style, though, because I seen that within the One Punch Man universe. That's the first time I saw that. Even though they have a regular season, they do kind of an outside season where it kind of dips into other things. Like, oh man, what's this? I'm saying, like, wow, I'm learning. Even as I get old, look at these great hairs. I'm still learning. I'm still learning. Like, wow, your creators are very savvy right now on how to keep showing different narratives of their creations, if you will. Here's this life cycle, but here's what they did before, if you're interested. Like, I love that. I'm so glad to be in this cycle of, like I told you before, the creator golden age, independent creator golden age, if you will. You guys are just murdering things. So explain to me the character and all. Did you have an ex-girlfriend like this or something? What's going on?
No. I just I wanted a really strong character that has a very, very, very strong power. So her thing is that she can bend shadow and use it as a weapon and all that sort of stuff.
And in your universe, that's one of the most powerful, or rather most dangerous of the universe of people here. Because it's to me, please, if you can, kind of tease people. What happens in this world, apparently?
Okay, so about 30 years before this story takes place, the moon rises, but it's a demon moon or a red moon or a blood moon that rises, and it hangs in the sky for about a month. It doesn't disappear. And while that's happening, there are earthquakes, floods, natural disasters, all that sort of stuff. And a certain percentage of the population start to exhibit underlying kind of traits. So your vampires, werewolves, those sorts of things start coming out in like, 1 in a million, so not many, but enough.
These myths become true.
Exactly. So there are the whole idea is there are two sort of worlds that occasionally collide or bleed into one another, and this is the result of that. But what happens is it actually happens so dramatically that people can't deny anymore. They're all real. There are actually vampires, and so they all sort of come out of the shadows, the ones that have existed. And
everybody's locking down like it's the purge and shit.
Exactly. Yeah, all the normal people are locked away in walled suburbs and high rises and that sort of stuff, staying safe while this is going on. So the main character, Summer, she's actually born as this is happening. So she's born into this world, and she gets this rare ability, which is to bend the shadow. The only other person that they know of that has that same ability is a serial killer that existed, about 15 years earlier. So that's another reason why people are freaked of her, because when they see that she's a shadowmancer, they immediately go back to this horrible character that did this nasty stuff.
Of course, the sins of one, go upon the many, right?
That's it. That's exactly, and she kind of uses that because she's effectively a bounty hunter. She's in it for the money.
I think this cover is the best representation of her as that bounty. I mean, if I see this lady coming at me like this, I'm like, holy shit. You just cuffed me. I'm sorry. I did it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's really cool. That was the thing I really wanted to do, was make her so overpowered. But the story is about what happens when that's more or less.
But talk about this cover though, because I just love the art behind this. It's very Jay Lee-ish in a way, The color work and all gorgeous. Who is this?
So this is I don't this is the problem that I have with artists. They don't use their real name a lot of the
Okay.
time.
That's
So
okay.
this is a guy named Rhoizu, RHOIZZU. I don't.
Okay.
I'm probably really murdering his name.
Razu. Okay.
Yeah,
Let me
man.
go with that.
So he's done a couple of the covers for this. He's actually doing another one for me at the moment, which nobody knows about. So it's a sneaky one that's coming out that I might release another campaign.
Yo, folks, you see this? You need this in your life. Isn't this an amazing
Exclusive.
piece of art? This is
Yeah,
gorgeous.
it's amazing.
Thank
amazing
you
way.
for allowing me to tease it, because this is gorgeous, bro.
Yeah, it's
Gorgeous
really
art.
cool.
Oh,
That's the same artist. Same artist.
Damn,
Really cool. So the idea is, earlier in her career, she uses a lot of bladed weapons and that sort of stuff. They're all made out of shadow, but
so she's not Puerto Rican then, right?
No.
I didn't mess with
kind of Asian American.
Puerto Ricans loving knives and all, you know. Hey, I'm Puerto Rican.
I mean, maybe there's a bit of, you know.
Hey, why not throw that in there? Because, you know, we're masters of that. Why not? I want to see a film with the Puerto Rican samurai, because we know how to fuck around with blades. We do.
Nice.
Ain't no stereotype, it's the truth, damn it. You know. Oh, and look at this now, different cover, gorgeous. Wow.
Yeah, this is by a friend of mine, Willie Roberts. He's a great artist.
Willie Roberts. Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out, Willie. Great job.
Amazing artist. Yeah, and obviously in the background characters are Shadow.
I used to have those ab lines. You know, that was when I was in my very early 30s. I had it for at least 2 years when I was working out hard. I really did.
I've never seen that looking back at me in a mirror. Never.
Right now we're both at the dad bod level. It's okay. Yeah. We're still sexy, apparently. Dad bod is sexy now. Oh, look at this. And please explain to me, who is this character? Is like Thug and Homie right here.
Yeah, so one of the reasons why I wanted to write this is because I swore I would never write anything about vampires and werewolves, because it was right about the time that, you know, the big movies were out, and I thought, oh man, I don't want to write about a shiny-faced vampire and werewolf and love story and all that. So, but in the end, I said, you know what? You're a writer, man. You got to force yourself to do stuff you don't want to do. So I said, I'm going to write something, and that's where the idea originally came from. So that character is, rather than a werewolf, we call them Vorgan, or with a W.
Yeah, man, because you really are using a different language here. But but what's funny is I really understood. I'm like, damn, bro, this geek talk is
a little bit different.
Yeah, this geek talk is so real that we could immediately understand. Like, if I give this to my wife, she's like, what the hell is this? It's a wolf. How could you not know? Damn, bro, we're bad, but I love it. I so love this.
And that's Moses May is another artist. He did that one there. He does a lot of my covers. His stuff's amazing as well.
And I really did this cover a lot, because here is this big wolf. I mean, like, grimacing, like, yo, I'm about to fuck you up. And yet, look at her face.
Yeah.
What you gonna do, dude?
Yeah. Right? He's the one that's in danger, not her. He's about to get his head ripped off.
And that would scare the shit out of me, because, if I'm menacing you like that and you stay that calm, I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to get my ass kicked.
yeah, that's it, man.
Look at this scenery in this pages in this one big panel here. Talk about this, my brother. Let me take my little thing off so people can appreciate this beautiful art. Look at it. Yeah.
So that's
what's happening?
That's from the first issue. That's the so there's 2 color issues. The first and second issue, they're all above 40. Actually, all the books are above 40 pages, so they're quite big. So you kind of get a decent story.
Thank you. Something that takes you more than a half hour to read.
Yeah, because I'm the same, man. I hate it when I back a campaign and I get the thing and I'm really excited and it's like 20 pages and I'm done. And man,
and you waited for years. Like right now, I've been waiting for like 10 years for Rob Liefeld. So Rob Liefeld, send me my damn rig. I send them emails like, yo, this is my address. Where's the book? Yeah, you're talking about people are sharing this on social media, and yet I have not seen one picture.
Yeah, man, and that's another reason why.
Don't lie, you know.
That's why I have such a low amount to get the campaign funded, because I want people to know they're ready. I'm ready to send them. Yeah, so so the first two are the main story of the whole thing. So there's probably another 2 or 3 volumes that'll be coming in that'll finish that story. That's from the second one.
Yeah, gorgeous art, man. Look, and then also even your panel usage. You really hit that manga, look and stride. But and we read this like an American book. We don't read it backwards.
Yeah.
At least it made it easier for me. Thank goodness, because I had to get used to reading it in that manga style. It took me a bit to really like get acclimated to reading that way. And it was only because of Spawn when I got that Spawn manga.
Yeah. No, these are all American standard style, so they go. It's easier for me to write that way as well, so that's why I did it. So they're the 2 color ones, and then the black and whites. There are
right there. Look at that. Look how sexy. Oh my god! Look at that.
Pretty cool. So these are kind of the backstory of Summer as a bounty hunter, and how she kind of got where she is, and some of the adventures she had, and enemies that she met, and all that sort of stuff. There's also a little bit of a story. There's a bit of a theme of addiction that goes on throughout. So even though it's fun and it's exciting and everything, there's some more serious stuff in there. So she struggles with addiction for basically a drug that helps you deal with when the moon comes up, and you're one of these remade individuals that has these special powers. So she had to use that earlier on when she was younger to cope with everything that was going on, and as a result, it caused issues. Yeah.
You know what? Let's show this trailer you got on this Kickstarter right now, so people can enjoy, what we're talking about a little bit more.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but hell yeah, man! Listen, but I love it. People need to understand why I love it too. And you hitting marks here, man. This is a great book. You hear it, right?
Yeah.
My man did the quickest video ever right here. But look at this, folks. Look at this, folks. He asked for 712. He's at 32. 51 backers. 35 days to go. I mean, this is an amazing little book right here. I mean, look at this, bro. 6 issues. One story, bro. And it's broken up, man. They got the rogue man, sir. What is it? What lies beneath? The ether heart, the lunar eye. Jesus. Look at this, bro. Look at this. 56 pages, 44 pages. None of these are 24 pages, folks.
No, I don't.
Who needs that? You're gonna be sitting here for a half hour eating and enjoying this beautiful content. And I mean, look at these prices, bro. $9 for the PDF, more than fair for especially the size of the book. Trust me.
That's also that's Australian money as well, so it's actually cheaper for you guys.
Even cheaper for us Americans. Look at that. Because the Australian dollar. Yeah, I know. Dodgy complains to me all the time. I had to pick up a Goliath for him because you guys are trying to kill him in Oz for a Goliath figure.
Yeah.
So when I told him my shop had another one after I bought one, he goes, "Please, can you tell him to, I want it." So I bought it for him as a gift, for our 1-year anniversary of the Year Now Web show. So I have it right over there. So I get you guys. You guys are getting murdered on that shipping, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so for this campaign, what I've done is I've got a US printer and an Australian printer, so we can print us as well. Yeah,
that's beautiful. Smart thinking. Thinking. I mean, and look at again all the covers. This is just for me my favorite, bro. This is some gangster.
I love that one so much. Yeah.
I love it for real. But all of these, I mean, look at this. She looks great. It's just the black, white, grays, and then that red.
Yeah.
You're like killing me, bro. I love it. And look at this. This is so H.R. Geiger, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, this is the Daniel Reed cover. It just got unlocked last night, so that's now available for people that want it as well. That's really cool. That's one of the characters at the top. He's called Telos. He's what they call an inkmancer, so he uses tattoos and stuff to do sorcery stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, but for me though, this is so H.R. Geiger in the look. I think he achieved something very different here. I love it with the hoses and everything. This is fat, yo. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh,
now,
wow.
Yeah. So this is one from a previous campaign. This is Adam Kmielek. He's an amazing artist from Poland, actually. And he did it. So the previous campaign that I did, I printed a bunch of these and I forgot that I had them. So I found them the other day. I've got 50 odd here. So basically the first 50 print backers will get the choice of getting that cover.
Yo, get this one, guys. This is gorgeous. My God.
It's really cool.
Yo, bro. This is amazing. I am digging it. Yeah, Minky, man. Yeah, I like that homie, bro. I was really reading it. Yeah, like, yo, do you have history with the accent or something? Because, geez, bro, I was reading it with that accent the whole time. I grew up in New York, so I was around many accents. So it's like, it's easy for me to, like, when I read it, really hear it in my mind as I read it.
Yeah, it's I've met a few people with similar accents, but I can't think of a single person. But yeah, I wanted to write it like that. You can just feel him. You just imagine who this guy is. Yeah,
you did a great job with that, brother. Because when he was reading him, he had a big smile. Like, wow, I know people like this.
yeah.
I'm digging it. I mean, and again, look at that. As I showed you before, folks, beautiful pages. Yo, homie's ready, bro. And you see these black and whites. These are gorgeous, yo. I'm a black and white fan, so look at this. And this beautiful anime, manga style. Great decision to go this route with this character because I think that you're gonna connect with a lot of people on it on a heavy scale.
Yeah.
Look at this. Woof. Digital basics, print basic, digital upgrades, digital premium, print upgrade. Oh my God, $40! I could get all these issues.
Well, that's $40 Australian, so that's less for you guys.
I get it. I get it even cheaper. Oh my God, yo.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me check. What the hell is this? So 40 Australian is what USA. Oh man, yo, it's $28.59, folks.
Yeah. So the upgrade one
is wow.
The upgrade one is if you already backed a previous campaign, you'd already have issue 1. So that's kind of without issue 1. Okay. Whereas the print premium is if you've never backed it before and you want the whole lot. You also get a behind the scenes PDF and music soundtrack for the series with the print premium one there.
Hold on, I gotta know what is 55 now because now you're killing me, bro. It's like, okay, if we could get it cheaper, I'm sorry we're getting it. Yo, bro, folks, 55 Australian dollars is only $39.31. In the US. Come on, guys. You're saving money here. Look at that price point and what you're getting it for, based on American dollars. You want me to tell you what 120 sounds like? It's gonna be under 100. All right, that is what. Oh my God, $120 Australian dollars. Come on now. Now Google wants to try to treat me funny. Look at this, folks. 120 Australian dollars. It's only $85.76 American. Man. Come on, yo, folks. Why would you not back this? You guys would be crazy. You're winning hand over fist on this. I mean, look at this. You get to see Morgan screaming on every single page like this.
Yeah,
you get little Morgans everywhere. Oh no, it's Morgan again. No, Starro is Morgan over here. What is going on? Holy crap, bro! You don't want to see Omega's face in that motherfucker. You're gonna get scared.
Yeah, well, we got 2 of those left. So basically, you can get drawn in.
Bro, I
Yeah.
love this. Look at that, bro. I need to have an Omega version of that. You guys are guilty of gatekeeping. How dare you be gatekeepers when no one asked you? You know,
Yeah,
type of shit. I love it. Look at this. Oh man, look how fancy, bro. You should wear these Kangos more often, my brother.
Yeah.
I love it. But look at this, and you even got a soundtrack, bro.
Yeah. Got a soundtrack. It's
Look at
mostly
this.
hip
So
hop style
talk.
stuff.
Oh, really? Is this your own track, your own music?
Yeah, it's all my music. Most of the comics that I do, I'll do a soundtrack to them just because I can, it's fairly easy for me to do and it's fun and it's just something a bit extra. So yeah.
Oh man, yeah, you gifted, brother. I wish I had that time to be able to make some beats. But what? I will bless my whole team with original intros and to screw. Listen, folks, if somebody called Merlin on YouTube be hitting you up on copyright strikes, Merlin is an AI robot. It is bullshit. Fight them. Don't let them.
Yeah.
All right. So, but check this out. You got stretch goals. You got everything going on. You're killing it. Even more to be open. And here we go. Stretch goal 5. Like, I love I love this picture. He's like, ooh, I'm thinking about this. Maybe everybody gets a kitten. Who knows? That's what I'm getting reading from here. Are you gonna mail kittens? What's going on here?
I don't know. Well, I've got some other. So one of the extras in there is a PDF version of another Shadow's Daughter comic, which is complete. I'm just getting the cover done as well, but who knows? There could be some extra stuff.
And the shout out to the team here, which of course is yourself, Veron, Mad's Room, Vanilla Groove, Raynard Studio, Francesca, Daniela.
Daniela. Yeah, she's a colorist.
Yeah, I got it. So God bless you guys. Yo, you guys hooked up with the right homie here, man. I love this project. I'm having hella fun as I read it. I can't wait for number 2. He's telling you everything's ready, folks. But when you support a creator that already has it ready for you, so basically, what's the Kickstarter for? Is it to print the product and get it out there?
It's to print it and get it out there.
Okay.
And then I'll the next one I run will be hopefully closing out the whole series. But it's essentially to get it in as many hands as I can, spread the word. And there's some extra stuff in here, obviously, that you can't normally do when you're just selling it on the shelves. So, yeah.
Oh, I dig it, man. And these are all your other projects you've done thus far in the comic book world?
Yeah, so some are comics, some are books. So there's a couple of novels in there and some comics as well.
Which are the novels?
So Whiplash it's also going to be a comic, but I haven't released it yet. But there's Whiplash is the novel.
Oh, and it's Marcosia you're working with. Love those guys.
Yes. So, I mean, should I say anything?
Tell me. Can you tease me? Come on now. Tease our listeners now, our viewers. Come on now.
All right. So I haven't announced this, and I wasn't going to announce it until next week, but I'll just do it anyway. So. I've actually signed Shadow's Daughter to Marcosia. So, after the campaign ends, my version, the Super Serious Comics versions, they'll go out to all backers and they'll have the extra added things in there. They'll be a bit more unique because they won't be the standard Marcosia version, but the Marcosia version will be available worldwide.
Oh man.
Yeah, the whole series. And there's 3 more that are already complete in addition to this, or that are going to be complete very shortly. They'll be included. A bunch of other stuff coming.
Talk to me, man. Let's give a shout out to Marcosia because Comic Crusaders love celebrating independent publishing presses. I mean, how did you even hook up with Marcosia and decide to work with them, with your books and titles?
Well, obviously, everything that I've been doing, I usually run a Kickstarter and then try and find a publisher that might work with. I didn't go to Marcosia for a long time because they traditionally go for the larger graphic novels, and I didn't have a graphic novel. I just had lots of series of small things. But anyway, I was talking to another creator, and he had something, and it was out by Marcosia, and it was a series of smaller pieces that were bound together in one book. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. I didn't know you could do that. So I asked him what do you think about these guys? Are they good? And he said, oh, look, best experience I've ever had. They're an amazing publisher. They're great. Rah, rah.
Love it.
So I thought, all right, I'm going to try it. And I just put the application in, had a chat to them, and then, went from there. So, they're a fair bit of my stuff is now going to be going through my Cozy, which is great.
Fantastic. I love it, man. I love it, man. There you go, man. The World Independent, folks. If you haven't heard of Marcosa, please check him out. But please support this amazing project. I mean, homie's kicking ass. And I love that picture again. Like, yo, what else? Ooh. What a tease, man. You know what I mean? This is great, but it's beautiful art. You've developed an amazing team. You've navigated so much, and so differently in your journey. So talk about that. I mean, is there any advice you would give people that are trying to, even step into this journey, even though they're coming from another? How have you taught yourself to navigate the way you have and acclimate yourself, into doing these different things?
Yeah, well, there's probably two things. So one of them is I've made a lot of mistakes earlier, but so recently I started working with a company called Inked Marketing. So that they helped me sort of put together.
Hey, I know them. Shout out to In Marketing. I know them. Good stuff.
Great guys. So
Yes,
I do some work with them and all that sort of stuff, and they help me with the campaign. But they also just help a lot with just advice and things that I wasn't quite sure of, and how do I structure this and all that sort of stuff. Sense checking everything. So I found
you're a
that
creator.
really
What do you know about the admin side of it? You like creating stuff. You need people on that administrative side that could say, "Hey, this is what else we need to do."
Exactly. So
handle that for you too.
And there's all the promotion and all that. That's the stuff that you don't really know about as a creator when you first start. That it's not good enough to just produce the thing and stick it somewhere. No one will come to it. You've got to promote it and get it out there, and that's where someone like Inked can really help get the word out there. And then there was also just the community, the Australian community locally that I got to know, and just talking. There are a lot of really great people in comics.
Dodgy loves Inked too. He was telling me about them. Yeah. So
I think he's part of the thing.
I gotta connect you with him too, so you could go on his indie, Think Indie podcast or Thundercats, as a guest and talk independent comics, especially from the creative perspective, as a fellow mate from Australia, if you will.
Sweet. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, man. I hope you're on my brother. He's awesome.
Yeah. But the other thing is, like I was saying, the first comic I tried to push through Kickstarter, I printed it in America, shipped it to Australia, and then shipped it back to America.
Oh, wow. What a process.
Which was the dumbest thing in the world to do. And it was oversized. It was too big because I didn't know what the standard comic size was. So it's a massive
So you went black label size, right? Or did you go treasury size? I mean, what happened here?
It was 11 by 14 or something. It was just too big. Yeah. It was big and thick paper. So I didn't make any. I lost money on that whole campaign. It wasn't really, but I learned a lot about what you don't do and that you don't.
You said, "Damn, I'll never do this again."
Yeah, that's right. But then you slowly start to get better. But so my advice would be find people that you can talk to, get everything that you can out of them first before you start going with it. And find a great artist, and just it's a lot of work, and there are not so much scams, but there are some unreliable individuals out there. So you've got to kind of be willing to try people out, give it a go. When you find people you connect with, you stick to them. If you find a great artist that works well, you pay them right. You make sure that you always got them on board. All that sort of stuff. Take
care of your people, man. Especially if you believe in them. Because it takes a village. Like raising a child, it takes a village. That's what a comic book is. It takes a village. Here you've built. You handle a certain aspect, but you have a team to handle other aspects. And here comes together this wonderful project, like Shadow's Daughter, that you've created. That thoroughly entertained me. Like, for real, I was there on my computer for honestly 45 minutes reading the digital print. That my wife's like, it's taking so long. She's waiting for me to do other things. So I'm like, this is not a Marvel comic, baby. This is not 15-minute read. That's my answer. And then she still looks at me perplexed because she's also doesn't read comics like that. She's like, you and your nerd stuff.
It's good to know, man. It's good to know someone else has got a wife that says that sort of stuff. Because
I mean, it's okay. She straight out tells me I'm not a fan of this stuff. I mean, I like my CW. I'm like, and that's the worst one to like. I'm like, you gotta be watching the HBO Max. That's the real deal, son. I mean, like that CW that's made for y'all, for the ladies, for real. Because it's too much emotional context behind that. Where it's like, where it's, HBO really gets into the nitty gritty of the stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, for real. I mean, look at Peacemaker. I mean, that's an unapologetic show, and I love it for that.
Yeah. And weird, so weird.
It is so weird. I dig it. I mean, but the only thing that I'm kind of still a little upset about is like, damn, bro, you have Adrian Chase, and you making him look like a clown. This homie's supposed to be a lawyer, yo.
Yeah.
He's not a clown like that. That is just some guy. Oh yeah, I'm just here. I just wanted to be. No, he was a lawyer that saw people getting off, and he got mad, and he was like, I'm gonna dress a vigilante, and I'll do my own justice. That's why he's called Vigilante. Yeah. And I mean, and even that whole story is crazy because this is the first character in comics that at the end of his own storyline commits suicide. That was one of the first comics that to me was addressing mental health and how his journey led to him getting to that point where he offed himself. Like, wow. Not many people talk about that book and how deep it really is. The vigilante character is really deep, but now they're clowning him via the Peacemaker show.
See, every time I get on one of these shows and talk to guys like you, now I think, well, now I got to go and buy that and read it because I haven't read it. I've got so many gaps in my education. I need to read this stuff.
Yeah, check out that Vigilante. It's deep. It's great. Beautiful art throughout. Peacemaker does make a run in the appearance in the run. I had it at one point, the whole run, but for, life consequences where I have to, sell my run to pay, bills. But thank God I had the comics. Is what I always say. Is like comics are always taking me out of my life situations, and that's why I will always give my blessings and to comics and creators like you, because it's always helped me, one way or another. You guys are awesome. So my brother, you've been an amazing guest. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. But folks, I've been showing this throughout. You know it. Please support this project. Shadow's Daughter, fantasy thriller, manga, 6 issues, done. And you need to fix the manga because this is manga.
Yeah. I just realized that.
This is manga. You know what I mean? Hey, look at that. But you know what? That maybe that's how we pronounce it in Australia. That's all.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it is.
And please visit Morgan's website so you can check out not just Shadow's Daughter, but everything else he's done. Follow him on everything there as well. Keep up to date on everything he's doing. Because as you can see, Morgan is mad cool. I mean, just look at the whole guitar collection behind him. He even got a ukulele, folks. Come on.
Yeah.
How can you not be a fan of someone that even could play a ukulele, son? I love it, bro. You inspire me to death, my bro. And follow Morgan on Meta or Facebook, as it was formerly known as. You know what I mean? So Morgan Quaid writes, show him some love, and even on Twitter too. He everywhere. He's really everywhere as Morgan Quaid. Check him out. He's really a great creator that is bringing some wonderful entertainment into our lives. That does take us out of the narrative of the everyday. Oh, you know how I preach this to you folks. Sometimes we need to just get away from the news and have that real escapism. So Morgan here with Shadow's Daughter has really provided that escapism. That no real world shit. It's just like, yo, check out how this girl is trying to navigate this world. Get paid to pay her rent. I mean, it's slice of life, but at the same time, it's a very powerful character that needs to get the business done. And when you start meeting the cast and start understanding what the narrative is, yo, y'all gonna be hooked like fishes, yo, for real. You know what I mean? Don't even fight, yo. Just get hooked up like you would a goldfish. Just get hooked.
Yeah.
I love it. So, Morgan, bro, thank you again for your time today. You are the man. Folks, you know my outro tells you what to do, but please also check out my family at undercovercapes.com. No Price Podcast, Definitive Crusade, Outside the Panels, Flipside Focus. Sloppy Spoilers. We got it all over there, folks. We got everything to keep you entertained. So check out my extended family. Check us out at comiccrusaders.com. Hasta la próxima, mi gente. Thank you, Morgan. Wepa! Later. Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders Podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.com and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.